hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, Entertain? So I'm coming down with many Hollywood hot topics. Before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let me know what you guys think about this video. Okay, first I wanted to get into, you guys, is this whole TD Jakes situation. Y'all did not believe this situation at all. I feel like we're heading down in a point of just media and people talking about things where I call it the toxic TikTok, where you put a background like this, okay, and you say, hey, allegedly, John has been married, and Mary has been effing her because of this. You see all of these? That's the reason why, allegedly, they're screwing each other. And there's nothing really back it. There's no video evidence, no nothing, okay? Y'all know anything I've alleged as always have come true. So I'm not just going to come here and just spew stupidness, and I usually never allege something unless I know for a fact that I've seen proof of it, or I have text proof of it, so on and so forth, right? So that's why I call toxic TikTok, and I think we're in the era of the toxic TikTok, because the moment that this was put out amongst other TikToks, because I don't think this was the original one, everybody started making TD Jakes trend, and also Diddy. Diddy at this point must be having an aneurysm. This nigga cannot catch a break for nothing. Every 2 seconds they either calling him gay, they say he touches somebody, they say he owed this amount of money, they say he slept with this person, he touched this person when they were young, this person underage. Like, this man can't catch a break for nothing. But it's karma for all of the things I feel like he's done to all these artists in the industry. I really feel like when you do certain things like that, it's going to come back to bite you tenfold. And I think we're experiencing this. I think we're also experiencing what I would call like an industry detox. So all of the head people that were like in charge, they're being taken down. All right.
Sean, Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, Brother Love, Combs. What did I tell you? I tell you what I told you.
And I'll tell you on toxic TikTok with the background and the point. She gonna start pointing in a minute.
You're going to jail. Allegedly. Let's chit chat. Listen, this is all alleged. I don't have nothing for you to take but my Apple Watch. So allegedly.
If y'all didn't hear what she said allegedly.
Cassie has turned over to the feds Kim Porter's burner phone and like a USB drive. On said burner phone and USB is a myriad of information incriminating the one and only Sean Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, Brother Love, Comp. This is TD Jakes, superstar Bishop, the Potter's House, said tapes that Cassie turned over to the feds is allegedly evidence of Mr. TD Jakes at Diddy parties engaging in Diddy-esque things with other men. That put in your back pocket. Remember when I did an interview with Michelle Loud on my podcast Stripped, and we talked about how Cora Jakes, TD Jakes' daughter, stole Michelle Loud's son from her? To go back and listen to the podcast episode yourself if you want to, but Michelle gave us a lot of piping hot tea. And in that podcast episode, we learned that Mr. Jakes, he ain't got his house in order. Wondering to yourself why it took so long for Cassie to bring this evidence forward. Cassie allegedly was hesitant because while the evidence does incriminate other people, it does show her engaging in the acts that she says she was forced to participate in, but engaging nonetheless. And she didn't want her engaging to kind of take away from the overall conversation, which is she was drugged and forced to do this, allegedly.
All right. So I didn't believe this. The reason why is because I always feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. What I feel like there was always smoke with TD Jakes is due to Tyler Perry. People have always assumed that relationship is weird because Tyler Perry does what I would call drag, playing Medea. So they felt like that's a sin because he's still being a sissy. That's how people of the Christian faith have always felt. So if something were to come out about Tyler and TD, I would more so believe that than TD and Diddy. That to me seems so far-fetched and not true. So that's why I didn't even really talk about it. It seemed like Twitter just had a boredom day and decided to really scrounge up this information so we can have something fun to really gossip about because it's around the holiday season and it was a slow news week. That's just what I think. All right. Not really a slow news week, but this made it a bigger news week. So he put out a full statement. It said recent claims circulating on pockets of social media about Bishop T.D. Jakes are unequivocally false and baseless, stated Jordan A. Hoare, Executive Director of Public Relations and Communications for the T.D. Jakes Group, T.D. Jake Ministry, and the Potter's House. Okay? The Potter's House. Y'all should be a damn shame using that man of the Lord for clout and clickbait. I know he was somewhere praying on his knees, being like, they're calling me a homosexual. Oh my God. They're calling me gay. They're calling me homosexual. They say I'm a part of the lifestyle. He probably was stressing out. Jordan continued, what has always been true in the words of the late Pastor Charles H. Spurgeon, if you want the truth to go around the world, you must hire an express train to pull it. But if you want a lie to go around the world, it will fly. No, it's better if you want a lie to go around the world, hop on TikTok. It is as light as a feather and a breath will carry it. Horace said it was disheartening to witness the proliferation of numerous deep fake photos and distortion of words through false sensationalization, misrepresentation, encapsulating purported statements to falsely speculate and attack others, including Bishop Jakes. As for his appearance at Diddy's 53rd birthday party last year, let's just say he had a key. He said Jake's team claimed he only stopped by briefly to pay respect to Diddy since he was Jake's was already in town. I laughed at the memes. I will say that. You'd be a damn lie if you could sit there and say that you didn't laugh at the Santana memes of him going like this. Like, it was a key, but y'all got to understand, this is real people's lives I'm playing with. And not only that, now y'all going to make them sermons about the homosexual lifestyle be even more stricter than they were before. He's going to make sure to condemn it all against the Lord for you guys doing this to the man. Okay? That's going to be the sermon of Sunday when he gets up on that podium. I really feel like Diddy did a lot of disservice with some of the stuff that he did in the past, because not everybody around you is being looked at as funny and being dragged into your mess. So if I was TD Jakes, I'd be really more mad at Diddy than anybody, because it's like, since you did all of your dirty work, now all of these people that are innocent parties are being looked at as crazy. Half of them couldn't even speak up, because if they did, you would do something to sort of shut them up, or you would try to stop them in their tracks. And now when they do speak out, everybody's looking at them like, oh, why'd you just now say something? Because back then, social media wasn't popular now. Back then, if you said something, you could end up unalive. So I did feel bad for TD, like, as days went on and this kept trending and kept going on, because y'all called a man a power bottom. It's one thing y'all called him a bottom, but a power bottom, not me, you say nothing but that. Like, God, hey, y'all gave this man no mercy. Imagine the call between TD and Diddy and the call they had. He's like, Diddy, I see on the Twitter they're saying things about me being a bottom. The only thing I get on the bottom of is a pulpit when I'm preaching to the Lord. What is this about a power bottom? I've never heard of that. Have you done any of these sort of actions, Diddy? And Diddy's like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm stressed out right now. I don't even know what a power bottom is. I could tell what a freak off is. Like, that probably was an awkward ass conversation. Like, for real, for real. I'm glad he finally put out a statement, though. Really, in my opinion, not a little bit too late, but like, could have went a little bit sooner. All right. Now, y'all might not like this, but I don't care what anybody says. I feel like, Simone, you need to break up with this nigga. Her husband did an interview with men in the same room, this is the most disrespectful interview I've seen in a minute. I'm sorry. You let us know, which we've known before, that she literally drove to meet you and to be in a relationship with you. You guys are married, which is great. The way he sized her in this interview just didn't sit right with me. I felt bad, and I don't even know the lady.
I'm like, let me see who this is. Gymnastics. I ain't never, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity, So I'm like, okay, I'll see what's up. I swiped her, and it said we matched. So I'm just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna see what's up. So I go do my workout, and I come back, and I get like, I had some likes on my Instagram, and I'm like, oh, this might be. I'm like, okay. So I see what's up, and then I still waited. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait till I, take a shower and everything. Then I come back to my phone, and then she messages me on the app, like, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm, man, this gotta be fake. Like, I don't know. I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So
which I feel like there's no issue with him not knowing who she is. It's the stuff that he said afterwards that bothered me. Him not know who she is, fine. I don't believe him, but he could run with that. Because there's nothing wrong. Not every regular person you see walking around the world is going to know of every celebrity. There's certain people that keep up with the media, and there's certain people that don't.
I'm like, okay, she got to be good. I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. Late July, early August. So I'm not paying attention to, so I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched, like,
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened. Everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man. So
you was really the catch in.
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did, though.
Is what you said.
Because I was fighting it.
This is what bothered me. Not only you say you're the catch, you say you're fighting it. To me, this is the biggest motherfucking red flag. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody says. Call me a hater. Call me, oh, you hating on a relationship. You ain't got no relationship. That's a straight relationship. You can't talk about. No, I don't care. You're sizing your partner in front of other men, and they're laughing. And Simone, you sitting there snickering. That's not funny to me. Like I watched this the first time when I did, and I felt so bad because I'm like, you're making it seem like she's some ugly girl or like she's less than, and I don't like that. Because you could have, him saying all of this, you could have bigged her up in that moment. You could have said, oh, I didn't know who she was, but when I found out about her, she was great. She was but you making it seem like, oh, like I fought it. Like, I didn't want to, he says he didn't want to commit. I just don't think it was fair to her because it made her look crazy. And you embarrassed her in a room full of men, in my opinion.
Truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying.
At the time, I'm not gonna say that.
That's what you're saying.
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, man, this is my third year. I'm trying to. I'm like, it's kind of early. But like I said, man, it happened when you least expect it. And we hung out, man. It was like we hit it off instantly. We pops up, and I'm like,
I just feel like it's a red flag because it shows that he has a sense of he has a higher importance in himself in the relationship. Like he thinks he is top tier over her and she's an option. That's what bothers me. So I don't know. I just didn't like that. I'm sorry. He really could have bigged her up. I don't feel like he bigged her up enough. Like you could have been like, no, but the moment I met her, like this is my wife. Like you shouldn't even allow him to even joke with you and ask some question like that. Like, no, don't say that. It wasn't nothing like that. No. You kind of went along with the joke. I don't know. How y'all feel about this? Because I wasn't too keen on it. Call me what you want. Call me a hater. I don't give a fuck. Like, I didn't like it. I feel like you sized her. And I don't think she deserves that. Because let's not act like Simone Biles some ugly bitch. The bitch is bad. So she could get any other nigga she want. If you weren't willing to bite, best believe she probably would have found another nigga later on that year. So that's what blows me, as if she's like some scum of the earth. Like that. Oh, I can't. Anyways, next I want to get into, y'all, is Karisha. So Joe Budden went on his podcast and basically says that Karisha Please will probably never see the light of day again due to like a glitch in the matrix. This is how I feel like Karisha could rebrand Karisha Please, because I'm pretty sure Diddy probably allegedly owns like the name, everything that comes with it. And the fact that she deleted most of Diddy's pictures on her account, she's probably not dealing with him like that on a sexual manner or probably emotionally at all. I think she should rebrand the name to Please Karisha, switch up the name, Please, Karisha, continue with the podcast, put it out, and partner up with like a SiriusXM, one of those companies, or YouTube, and put it out there. I feel like she shouldn't stop. Karisha Please was actually really, really good. Do I think it deserved those awards? No. I'm give it back. I feel like she got very lucky with who she was associated with, which was Diddy. But I don't think she should give up on the podcast. I think Karisha has a great personality. Celebrities like her, and celebrities want to go to her and spill the tea. So why would you want to stop the podcast altogether? I saw online that she says that she's taking like a break. She's leaving the internet in 2024. Hopefully that doesn't mean she's walking away from the podcast, because I don't think she should. Rebrand the name, rebrand the show, and continue on. I think that would be her best bet. If she stops this, I feel like it's going to be a bad look on her, because it's going to look as if you were only doing this with his backing and that you can't do it on your own. So call that Please / Karisha, and I think she'll be good. And I think people will still support her. I don't feel like people are taking any of what Diddy did on Karisha. In my opinion, I don't think the media is giving her a hard time, which I don't think they should, because it literally has nothing to do with her. Because around that time when all that stuff was going on, she wasn't even thought in the media's existence. So it's not fair for anybody to drag Karisha into any of his mess. So I don't think the podcast should suffer from any of that. All right. Now, y'all bet if she continues on, I don't think she deserves the award again. Okay. We'll have to stop giving out these free awards for barely any work. I mean, goddamn. That was crazy she won those awards those years in a row. Now, Jackie dropped her statement on the whole situation. I'm not gonna lie, I feel bad for Jackie. Screw what anybody else says, because I feel like a lot of people are coming out and they're telling their stories, and I feel like they're just doing it on the account of clout. They're not doing it because they actually feel so betrayed by Jackie's medical practice and how they were treated. I feel like a lot of these women that are coming out, not all of them, some of them are coming out in an ingenuine way. Because I've been watching Married to Medicine since the inception. Since Mariah was throwing tomatoes off her chariot. Since Dr. Nicole, Lisa Nicole Cloud. I said Dr. Nicole. Lisa Nicole Cloud husband was exposed for being DL. You feel me? Like when Heavenly had a little bit of weight to work. Like I've been watching for season uno. So it's like I've really been watching this show. To see this happen to her, I feel bad. I really do. She put out a statement said recently a clip from a nearly 2-hour video was taken out of context to make it appear that I somehow take lightly what I have advocated for concerning the devastating problem facing the Black maternal health crisis. It has been my life's work to highlight and attempt to rectify the issues that devastatingly impact Black maternal mothers versus our counterparts. As a physician, I educate my patients every day to be their own health advocate. As we continue to fight medical mistreatment and gaslighting, my intention was the broader conversation was to ensure patients enter their pregnancies armed with information and tools to effectively communicate their needs with their doctors to ensure a positive outcome. The reason I became an OBGYN is because growing up, I saw such a lack of diversity amongst medical professionals and was determined to be a part of the change. Yesterday and tomorrow, I will continue to fight for the lives of Black mothers and babies. Signed, Dr. Jacqueline Walters. Okay. The problem with this statement, there was no apology. You should have apologized for what you said and it being taken out of context. This was just a general statement about this. To me, was a mission statement. This is called a mission statement. Why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, when you see a business website and you see a mission statement, be like, I started the water company because I saw a lack of water in the city. Like, that's what you call a mission statement. Jackie doesn't like being called out. We've seen this happen on Married to Medicine. But I just feel like this call out, people are hopping on the train. I see the comments and a lot of them seem not accurate. A lot of them seem made up stories that they went to a doctor's office next to Jackie's and they thought it was hers. Okay? And also the problem too with Jackie is her saying that and not being a mom, people are not going to take that well because they're not going to respect someone who hasn't gone through the journey themselves. That's the issue with what Jackie said in general. I swear to you, had it been Simone who said that, this wouldn't have became as big as it did. Trust me. They would have swept this under the rug. But I just feel like we have more issues in the world than criticizing her for doing a job that a lot of people are not going out there and doing. We're not seeing a whole lot of Black OBGYNs out there pursuing this field. So I don't think it's right as we as a Black community tear this lady down because she's spoken out of turn and had patients that were unhappy. Because what practice doesn't have patients that were unhappy with how they were treated? You're not going to have 100% customer service, especially when it comes to the medical field, because it's such a heavy volume of patients. So I don't think it's fair for the internet to be going down on this lady as much as they did. And what I don't agree with too, Jackie, is how she treated Buffy. I feel like that was another thing too. There was a couple of stuff that's on her that makes the situation worse because of the previous stuff that came before it. And I feel like had she just owned it in this statement instead of putting out a mission statement, she would have been okay. But this isn't an apology. It's not. It kind of makes it worse because it makes you look like you think you're better than owning your mistakes. Okay? But I still don't think she should get off the show at all. Because to me, she is the medicine in Married to Medicine. Like, she gives us those medical scenes and lets us know conditions that we've never known before. And that's needed for the show. So that's all I'm saying. So Offset, you guys, got the security footage. He went out there and I guess he was sick of Cardi screaming and crying in his ear. And he went out there. He probably paid a cute coin for the security footage. Because we got this security footage quicker than what we got for Sean knocking up James Chanel upside his head. Like Coco Chanel, we still have yet to see the footage. But this footage, this is a week later and we're seeing footage. So we see footage of Jade and her crew at a time at the same place that they were allegedly spotted at together, arriving there at 12:39. But at this time, he was at another place, Coco, Miami. But they were still at Playa Miami at the same time he was at Coco, Miami. And Jade and her crew left in Playa Miami at 1:39. And then he came at Playa Miami at 4 a.m. I will say it is sort of strange how they're near the same area, but I kind of feel bad because it shows us that Cardi, you was screaming for nothing. Instead of fact checking, you got on the internet. And that's why I said in this video, she needs more people she could vent to instead of coming to us, because we can't do anything. What are we supposed to do? We can't pay for the footage. They can. She was better off paying for those footages to be released to her than coming to the internet and crying about it. Because what happened? We all put our input into it, and she's probably cussed them out 1,000,000 times. Meanwhile, he probably never even linked up with Jade, which makes her look crazy now. Because if she goes back with him, the internet is gonna pull up the video, and it's gonna be the video of you screaming at him, calling him all cheating ass MFs and but then you standing right next to him, smiling. The internet will destroy some of these rappers' careers, and it's sad. It really is. Because they don't know how to keep off from it. All right. One last thing I want to get into, you guys, is Garcelle. Professional with extra wallet and also laptop bag. Okay. I love my extra laptop bag because I get to carry it when I'm in and out of offices for certain business meetings I may have. So I end up popping it into my extra laptop bag, which is such a convenient bag. It's very nice looking and it has sort of this leather feel that I feel like will really add an extra spark to your business or casual look that you have for the day. And my extra wallet as well is one of the most convenient products that I've had in the past years. Okay. You ever had a wallet where you're sort of freaking biting your nails off to be able to grab your credit or debit cards out of your wallet? Well, extra wallet, you won't have to worry about that. With a simple touch of a press of a button, you'll be able to conveniently grab whatever credit cards or debit cards that you may need for whatever transaction that you're making, which is a very convenient use, especially when stuck in a busy line. Get up to 35% off until June 20th for Extra's Father's Day sale using my link/code. Code is EVENER, Evner, EVENER. Make sure you guys shop down below for your Father's Day needs. All right, Christmas Day needs, y'all. I'm not playing the wrong hand. Okay, last I wanted to get into, you guys, is Garcelle. So Garcelle, you guys, I was proud of her in this moment. She was having a conversation with a white cast member, and basically the white cast member basically said she felt attacked about what Garcelle said to her. Meanwhile, Garcelle didn't scream at her, didn't yell at her, no nothing. So Garcelle felt away, basically said, I didn't attack you. I don't get why people are mad at Garcelle about this, because she didn't mention anything about race. She didn't mention anything about her white fragility until Dorit kept poking. She was like, what word do you want me to use? All she said was, don't use the word attack. That's it. I didn't attack you. So when she kept pushing, that's what she said. I'm sick of your privilege. Because this is the thing with Dorit. And Dorit, I don't think is racist. But Dorit is delusional. Dorit is delusional, and she thinks the world revolves around her and her fashions, and it doesn't. Okay? And she lives in a bubble. She really does live in a bubble, like Garcelle says. And she thinks that anything she does isn't wrong. She can't be wrong in any situation. She thinks everybody else around her is just crazy, and she's innocent in everything that she does. For you to say attack to this lady when she didn't even raise her voice at you is crazy. So since saying this, Dorit has doubled down. She's posted things referring to the bubble. She said, the only bubble I live in is in a love bubble. Happily living in my bubble. And this was the funniest of it all. You know, the girls, when they look a little racist, a little crazy, they post their black Fred. She says, a Beverly Hills Christmas, and we see a black Fred. Mind you, we've never seen her with barely anybody black in the past year, except for probably the Garcelle and the new cast member, but decided to magically just post this cast member. Get out of here, Dorit. What I like what Garcelle did is basically tell Dorit, I'm not going to educate you. The reason why I was happy is because I didn't want that to be a moment to where it all just became completely about race and her, Garcelle, looking like she's trying to pull this race card, which she was still accused of doing anyways. But her explaining herself to me would have made it look like she's playing a victim, and Garcelle wasn't. She was basically saying, don't say I attacked you when I didn't. And thank you to Erica for getting it. That's what I like, Erica. Finally. How you gonna let another white woman get it and you don't? Like, that to me was insane. Shout out to Erica Jane for that, because she really understood it. Like, you're white. You saying you felt attacked when she didn't even lay a finger on you is crazy. And y'all were just having a conversation. Because you wouldn't have said that had it been another white cast member. All right? Let me know what you guys think about some of these topics below. And we're out, babies.
No personal thing.